monster inside of me. You better watch out if you ignite me's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows mean. He gets claws real big, pissed off quick, and if you cross him you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the sword, never getting bored, loves the blood and gore, always wanting more freedom from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force departed. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness, torn apart quick. You left scars ripped, you'll be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. I can feel my heart rate, adrenaline pressure. It's stormy weather, lightning, thunder, pouring weather. Yo, I'm a go-getter, try to do it like me, but I do it better. I got a mind that's clever, the beast inside is competitive as ever. I'm conscious, my subconscious, an accomplice to me. I promise the darkness, I can honest believe. But don't cross me, I might lose control of the lost beast. He's locked away inside with the key control by fight or flight. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. When there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
Hello, everybody. How are you? I hope you're well. Libra Moon, I will have to look it up. I know it's Netflix that sings it, but I don't know the name. Oh, it's Desperate. I remembered. Are you okay, Lori? Okay, so I wanted to say something before I start this because I think it's short anyway. But let me tell y'all what happened to me. I'm sorry, it was a typo. The G's next to the H, though. I sat here with my laptop on Lauren Cron for 2 days from the time I wake up till 4:30 in the afternoon, my time. 2 days. And I said, you know what? I need to go to the store, but I'm scared if I leave, they're going to come back with a verdict. So me and Nevaeh go to the store. I should have not took her because she takes forever. But we went to the store, and don't you know, when I'm leaving the store, bam, verdict reached. I'm like, are you kidding me? So now I know what the verdict is, and I wanted to learn it with y'all. Then, that was what I wanted to say. I was so mad. I was telling Nevaeh, I was complaining the whole way home. It wasn't a long ride. But I talked to Jen today. She landed in Colorado this morning. She is SF Investigates is helping her. Um, a couple of days ago, she told me this today. A couple of days ago, she got a call from Josh, her boyfriend that's in jail, right? He said that he got a call, a video call from Brianna, and that he wants Jen to tell the detective that she's okay and that she called the boyfriend or left a video message saying that she was at a Walmart in Aurora and she, hey, Carson, oh my God, Carson's here. I only begged her for like a year. Um, so he told her that she said she was at a Walmart in Aurora and she was using somebody's phone because she didn't have a phone. And I don't know, it just sounds fishy. So she talked to SF Investigates and he said that she should talk to Josh first before she goes to the detective to get more information because either he's being threatened uh, to do this or he had something to do with it, right? Even though he's in jail, he could still have something to do with it. So right now, she is, my son is in ICU. Oh my goodness. Man, everybody's going to the hospitals. 4 days. What Avery's son's in ICU too. What's wrong? What's wrong with him, if you don't mind me asking? So she just messaged me and said that she's still waiting to have a video visit with Josh. But hopefully she'll get some answers at least with him. So let's see. I think this is short, you guys. Please hit that thumbs up for me. Yeah, I've been looking at a seal. Oh shit. That seal right there. I've been looking at it for 2 whole days. Put on this, but it went back to the beginning, so it's very short. Ain't no way it's like 2 minutes. Come on.
The Superior Court of the State of California, County of Los Angeles, Department 107, case number BA 485-380, people of the State of California versus Gareth Pursehouse. As to count one, we the jury in the above entitled action finding the defendant, Gareth Pursehouse, guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree in violation of Penal Code Section 187, subsection A crime as charged in count one of the information. We further find the allegation that Gareth Pursehouse intentionally killed Amie Harwick by means of lying in wait within the meaning of Penal Code Section 190.2, subsection A, subsection 15 to be true. Dated September 28, 2023, juror number 14 person. To count two, we the jury in the above entitled action find the defendant, Gareth Pursehouse, guilty of the crime of burglary in the first degree in violation of Penal Code Section 459, a crime as charged in count two of the information. We further find the allegation that a person was present in the residence during the commission of burglary to be true. Dated September 28, 2023, juror number 14 person. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are these your verdicts? So say you one, so say you all.
Yes.
Thank you.
Would either side like the jury poll?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, as I call your juror number, please answer yes or no to the following question. Are these your verdicts and findings on the special allegation? Juror number one.
Yes.
Juror number two.
Yes.
Juror number 3,
Yes.
juror number 4,
Yes.
juror number 5, juror number 6,
Yes.
juror number 7,
Yes.
juror number 8,
Yes.
juror number 9,
Yes.
juror number 10,
Yes.
juror number 11,
Yes.
juror number 12.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, obviously this now completes your jury service. I want to thank you. I gave you an estimate when this case started. It was unforeseen that the COVID illness was going to hit, and you were very diligent. I got to say that, and I thank you all, even the alternates. Sometimes you're the unsung heroes in this as well. Thank you so much. But that's the only way our system works, and that's with your participation. And I wish you all luck, and you are dismissed at this time. Thank you for serving.
Okay, jurors, as I stated before, if you wish to go through the freight elevator, my partner.
Yo, I waited 2 days to wait for a verdict that lasted 2 minutes. I knew he was going to be found guilty, but I don't know why they took so long, you guys. Like, we heard it. He laid and waiting for 4 hours, waiting for her to come home. He turned off the security cameras. Like, what more do you need? There's more stuff, but so, anyways, Courtney Cleany, is that her last name? Starts Monday, I think. Do y'all want to watch that? Let me know. Let me know. I hate when they have trials on the eastern side of the United States because I have to wake up so early with the 3-hour time difference. Right, Jariah? I don't know. I don't think he had any emotion. Did he even blink? He don't care. He already knew what was up. But he had a mistrial and 2 something else's. Like, this was his 4th trial, I believe. So glad that they finally got him guilty. Do y'all want to watch the trial? Yes or no? The other day, I forgot I wasn't muted. And it's like, I can hear you humming. And I'm like, no, you can't, because I'm not humming. And I quickly muted myself. It was funny. Yes, Kaz, I was humming that day. What? Hey, BM, Turtle Madness. Angela, when I was talking about Brianna and Jen earlier, Brianna is missing in Colorado, Denver, Colorado. And I didn't even know this when she came on my panel. But when she got off my panel and she sent me more pictures, I was like, who's that woman in that picture? And she was like, it's me. And I was like, I know you. Like, real life know you. So now it sucks because now I know her and I don't know. Okay, I will. I need to find out what time it starts. Wait, what state is it in? I don't even know. Libra Moon, are you in here? I wonder what state it's in. I don't even know. Maybe California. Florida, Snapdragon, and Pop. TT, you almost forgot me? Yeah. What you knew, Kaz? TT done forgot all about me. You know, whenever the Nevaeh sisters were younger, they couldn't say Christy, so I was TT. Always TT. Oh, I need to read your comment. I'm sorry. He's type 1 juvenile diabetes and just had his. Oh, no. I know somebody. I'm so scared of that, Lori. I'm so scared. I have type 2 and so that's one thing that I'm very, very scared about because my mom's boyfriend's ex-wife had her toe amputated like the beginning of this year, I think, or last year. Um, yeah. Oh. You're T2? Woo, we got some TTs in here. TTs and Tatas. Man, how old is he, Lori? That's a lot. That's a lot for a child to go through. Is it a young child, or older? It's a lot for anyone. That's why they keep telling me, like, you need to go get a pedicure once a month or something for your ingrown toenails because they know how to cut it and it won't get infected or whatever. Because that's what I'm scared of. I have plenty ingrown toenails all the time. Hey, real Pisces Petter. Thank you. So yeah, and that's what I'm afraid of. Like, I'll get ingrown toenail that'll get infected, and then I don't know. But I got some clothes today. I'll pray that they fit me. And I wanted to go get some Pumas. My dad sent me some money to go get some shoes. I wanted to get some Pumas, and I didn't like the way they fit and felt, so I got a Tommy Hilfiger instead because they were smaller. And the tinny shoes with the thick freaking sole. Who wears tinny shoes with a thick sole like that? Wearing them shoes, you want to be a stilt walker or something on them shoes? What does that mean? Thank you. Oh, real chicken butt L high. What? Thank you, real Pisces predator. And then chicken butt LHI. Who is that? I looked it up. So I have to wake up 3 hours earlier. So guess what? We're gonna be a couple of hours late. Cause say it starts at 9, I would have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. What? I better get a million views for waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I want to know what L high means. Jack discovered the fountain of youth after washing ashore, I think. Been spotting him and oh, who is Jack? Courtney? I'm gonna go over her stuff before Monday. Cause all I know is she was like some kind of social media influencer. I don't know, is it OnlyFans or TikTok? Or I don't remember. But she killed her boyfriend. That's all I know. They told me once a month. Oh, I don't see a podiatrist. They just told me to go get a pedicure. I wish insurance would pay for that. What? Oh my gosh. Let me guess who it was. It's okay. I'm always left out of everything. Was it Kimmy Carson? I don't know. Here, somebody come up. It's only been 20 minutes. I can't believe I wasted 2 days looking at a seal for a 2-minute verdict. They was ready for that trial to be over with. They was ready. And he didn't even say when he would be sentenced either. I don't know. I wish Kaz would come up here. Her accent and her voice is so cute, guys. Kaz, come up. Oh, hey, Angela. Whoop, whoop.
Hey, girl,
Hey,
hey.
what's up?
Not
Y'all,
much.
y'all remember Angela, right? How can you forget?
Hi, everybody.
So what concert y'all went to see?
We actually, so funny story. We actually went just to see the opener of the show. Sierra Farrell. If nobody knows who she is, definitely look her up. Especially if you're a bluegrass fan. She's amazing. She has the voice of an angel. But it was Nathaniel Ratliff and the Night Sweats at the Red Hat Amphitheater in Raleigh. It was an amazing show.
Did you say and the night sweats?
Yes, ma'am. Oh my gosh.
I have night sweats every freaking night.
So they sing that song, You Worry Me and SOB, like, son of a bitch, pour me a drink. I'm going to drink my life away. Don't judge me. I cannot sing, guys. I was at a concert screaming all night. So, yeah, that song. And Dude
I
Man
never
is literally like maybe 4'11".
4'11".
He is so tiny, girl. Like, so tiny. Like, the half base, he probably made it to the top of the half base. Not the neck. I'm talking the body.
Carson, BM Turtle, and the real Pisces, if you're still in here. The dude is shorter than Dolly.
Yes, absolutely shorter than Dolly. I met Dolly in person, definitely shorter than him.
Yes, you did. I forgot about that. Dolly went help you guys find Ariel.
Yes, ma'am, he sure did. Drove all the way up as soon as, like a day or two before the like he actually got involved. He, did the story on his show and you did the story on yours. And then he hopped in the car and was on his way the night before the search. And dude was up early as crap in the morning after trying to figure out the city of Lynchburg, as he likes to call it, Natsburg. Seriously, gnats are crazy this time of year. But yeah, he was boots to the ground, totally invested, and cannot thank him enough for his participation and help.
Yeah, he was like really torn up whenever y'all had found her. So
And
tell us.
we actually just about 3 weeks ago, they finally, her body was originally taken to the medical examiner closest to us, and then was taken to another medical examiner's office for a more thorough investigation. And then we finally received her body back about 3 weeks ago on Friday. And she was cremated 2 weeks ago on Monday, and her service will be this Wednesday.
Oh, they're so sweet. What if did they go to court for her son yet? Yes,
and the placement begins tomorrow. And Jim moved to Lynchburg full time. And he's invested 110% of his time into renovating the baby's room and a room for himself at the house, to basically be there as an extra grandparent in assisting to raise the baby.
Oh, that's so sweet. Tell him I said hello. Tell him we all said hello. You
I
guys remember,
absolutely
right?
will.
You guys remember Averill Hooks. Oh, so tell us, how short is Dolly?
Dolly is I'm 5'6.5", so he's I want to say about 5'3" or 5'4". Yeah, my husband agrees.
He said he's 5'6.5".
The hell he is. He's definitely shorter than me.
I'm just joking.
Yeah,
So that
he
singer
might
is
be. Who knows? Maybe I just have a tall perception.
that's funny. I'm just joking. I think he says 5'6.5". I'm 5'6.5".
I am 5'6.5". I'm actually 5'6 3/4", and I'm definitely sure I'm taller than him.
That's funny.
But yeah,
I know y'all look so pretty in the picture that you have posted on Facebook.
yes, it was a really good time. The last time I went with my friend to a concert, it's been 18 years. And shout out to Raleigh, North Carolina. I love Virginia. This is my state. It is so well placed. You get a good spread of all the seasons. But for a big city, I kid you, I mean, we're old ladies, so we went to bed by 11:30. But 10:50, we were sitting outside, taking a couple last minute photos and getting some Taco Bell. Don't judge me. We ate healthy
Taco
today.
Bell. Whoop. I
Yes.
wish I had some Taco Bell.
Door dashed it and then went to bed. And, making bad decisions was a whole different ball game before 30. And then after your 30s, making bad decisions really means eating a big meal before bed, and Taco Bell definitely qualifies. But I heard no sirens, like no police, no fire trucks, and we were in dead center of downtown. I mean,
Oh,
and
wow.
then
That's good for Raleigh.
dude,
Well, I
yeah,
don't know.
Raleigh, they surprised me because I live right by Roanoke, and I would never in my life have felt safe as two females standing on the corner outside of a concert venue waiting on an Uber in Roanoke. Raleigh, I didn't see homeless people on the corners, or it was a very well kept city. And shout out to Raleigh, man. And the policemen that were all out there were super nice. Everybody seemed so friendly. And their Greek cuisine down there is slamming.
Greek. Ew.
Ooh, I love Greek food, girl.
And Avery loved Jamaican food.
Ooh, yes, I love Jamaican food.
I don't know. She goes there just to get some rice, some coconut rice.
Yes, coconut milk rice. It's kind of almost like, most people would say it's like a soup almost, but you get it with a bread or something, and it's so good.
A ricey soup?
It's like less rice pudding-y and more like loose rice. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I get it.
It's really good though. I had a roommate in college. Well, I had two roommates in college, and one was from Trinidad, and one caught a pot of macaroni and cheese on fire. I mean, you live and you learn.
Carson, come up. Kaz, can you drop her link for me, please?
Yeah.
So how far is Raleigh from Natsville or Natsburg? Natsville.
Natsburg. Yeah, so I'm about 30 minutes from Lynchburg. I'm actually pretty much dead center between Lynchburg and Roanoke. So from my house, it is a 3-hour drive.
We live in Skeeterville.
And it's not Skeeterville.
Skeeterville. I like that one.
So it's like a 3-hour drive, but from Mandy's house, it would have been about a 3-hour drive, but she's 2 hours from me. So Mandy drove, she's closer to Richmond. So she drove 2 hours to me, and then we headed down to Raleigh. And it was actually a really nice drive. It's not like highway or anything. We took 85 and just a beautiful drive through some of the most gorgeous towns. Lord, you can hear all the trucks driving by my house. Did I do something?
I was so muted because my dog was barking. So I muted myself and then I started talking and I'm like, I'm so muted. Um, Shucky ducky. Oh, I said I want to go on a trip. I will take a trip to go see Turtle Madness one day. One day.
Look, I'm so
And
serious when I see spontaneous trips. Really, you need to make time to do it. You just need to do it. You need to be like, hey, you know what? Today is the day. Meet
I
me
don't
here
want to
and we'll have lunch.
I don't want to go by myself
Why not though?
cuz that's
You know,
like
when you come into this world by yourself and you go out alone too.
and I live alone too.
That's
Um
what we do. That we have our experiences, right?
yeah.
That's something that, you
Um
know, all of it teaches you when you're going through something like us with losing Avriel, and you know, people that are dealing with, you know, missing family or friends, and just going through the experience of even, you know, a reunion with these people, if that's possible. There are experiences that only you are actually having. And, you know, like Dolly out there in the woods, I'm sure there were moments when he was by himself, just really caught in his own emotions, just like me, just like Jim, and just like you at home where you're at. You were deeply affected by this. This was something that made you experience feelings, and that's your personal growth. And, you know, we're the only person in charge of these experiences that we allow ourselves to have. And I really feel like everybody needs to make more time for themselves. It's something in 20 years I wish Avriel had done 1,000 more times, but she made the most of the moments that she did have. And that's something I really intend to do for the rest of my own life.
I
So
will.
make
I'm going to
time.
Nashville next year. I'm going to Nashville for Crime Con and so are my subscribers. We're all saving our money. We have a
Yes.
year.
You can make it happen, dude. I'm serious. We could do it. Crowdfunding, GoFundMe's. We could do this.
GoFundMe.
Why not? Everybody, you know how many people GoFundMe ridiculousness? I've seen GoFundMe's for people to buy new shoes.
That's sad.
Yeah, but you know, hey, if we want to contribute, it'd probably be people that are like friends to us.
Oh, you gonna go?
I will, dude. I will totally go.
You
And like my
know,
16-year-old is drawing on the wall right now, but she's looking at me like, I want to go. I really want to go. She loves cosplay.
you know why I want to go, and I'm telling you, I just want to meet Nancy Grace. I can meet Nancy Grace and then leave, and then I'll be
Mhm.
fine and happy. I just want to meet Nancy Grace. That's all.
That's how
And
we
then I'll
felt. Like people looked at us like we were crazy. We went all the way to Raleigh just to see the opening act. I will go and be fine. That's all I came for.
shoot. If I didn't know the main, event, the main band or whatever, and I only liked the opening band, I would do the same thing. Why would you stay for a couple of more hours if you don't even like the music?
No, I mean they're not bad. I'm just like they aren't something like that I would normally have been like, oh yes, I'm so excited. I'm sure there was tons of people that were, you know, like we were excited about Sierra, but you know, to each their own. Everybody's cup of tea is different. I like a good chai latte every now and again, but that doesn't mean I don't drink espresso first thing in the morning.
Hey,
Yes, ma'am.
we need something to talk about. We need something to talk about for 30 more minutes. 26 more
30 more
minutes.
minutes. So,
Oh, Libra Moon. Some people in here don't know Avriel's story because they came in after. Do you want to just quickly go over Avriel's story?
oh, I sure can. Absolutely, 100%. We'll do that. So, Avriel is my first cousin's firstborn. She turned 20 this past April. She went missing, allegedly, and was reported missing by her mother. She had a 5-month-old baby at the time. He's actually 7 months old now. And the family knew of the circumstances surrounding the precursor to what happened, but it was not ever reported to the media for about a week. At some point, True Crime and Dolly Vision both had picked up, like, I guess she calls it Around the World, and he calls it, like, something else, about Avril's missing story, because it's sort of local to Dolly, and then of course was shared. And we had finally gotten permission, the family, that is, myself, my cousin, and the mother of Avril, were finally allowed to speak on the existence of other information. And I had contacted a missing persons foundation called the Aware Foundation, that I had met, some years ago and had dealings with. And they had done some interviews with the family and gotten the story out, but then we finally got permission to tell people that she was not just missing, she had a husband, and a history of domestic violence amongst them. That's when people actually started looking into her husband, because he was obviously a suspect. And that finally, when I commented to Sweet Misery's post, that there were some things that were not being released to the media that were really pertinent to this case, she was like, "What do you mean?" And I had told her, like, she's married and she was estranged from her husband at the time of her disappearance, and that she also had a baby, and because of situations prior to her disappearance, sorry, my dog needed to go up, and that that her disappearance was under suspicious circumstances. So that conversation right there was the major catalyst for the assistance, the depth of investment that we actually were able to achieve in a very, very short span of time. I'm talking days, thanks to Christy and Lady V at the time. Really, they both immediately put their heads together because they asked to speak to my cousin and I about, what we meant, what did we mean by there's more to this story. So that can also be found on her page, which I'm sure she can drop the link to. Yeah, so her husband, Michael, is a 21-year-old convicted felon who had a history of domestic violence. In July, he was charged with possession of a firearm because he had put a gun to Avril's head. She was trying to get out of there, had moved out, was struck out on her own, and doing really well for herself, had a job and an apartment, and was taking care of her beautiful son. She was a fantastic mom, by the way. Just loved everything about her baby. And unfortunately, he didn't see that it was going to end that way. They had a custody case pending. She was she filed separation. They had to be separated in the state of Virginia for a year, and custody has to be established before they'll grant you a divorce. She had all the wheels in motion, and she went to work on Tuesday and left work. Her mother saw her last, and then she vanished. Obviously, she was murdered. It took us a week to find her body, and he was subsequently arrested and charged with second-degree murder and a slew of other charges, one of which is illegal disposal of body, because it was really close to the Parkway, the Blue Ridge Parkway here in Virginia. And the baby was in the state's custody because prior to Avril passing and being kidnapped, whatever, taken, the July 4th incident had given her a 72-hour protection order, and for whatever reason, the courts did not grant a further protection order. And CPS had gotten involved and told Avril, you cannot go back to him. He's a danger to the baby. And the day that the day after, 2 days after she was reported missing, the mother of Avriel called, and she was like, I know you have the baby, meet me, and I'm going to get him from you. And they did, and he was taken into custody and questioned, but they had nothing. I laugh at that. They had nothing to hold him on, not violation of parole or anything, not, suspicious no, they let him out again. Yes. And, he was out about 30 minutes after her body was recovered. He was incarcerated, and Dolly was there for that. He also, did a video of the vigil, which was really nice of him. He was very, like I said, very invested in the investigation, as well as Christy was too. So yes, Avriel was murdered. We do not currently have any specifics. They're not going to give us that right now. Like I said, we just got the body, and we're just now getting ready to have a service. It's almost 2 months later, and everything has, it's crazy, because when you start this journey of like a missing person, and it's somebody you love, somebody I literally babysat this little girl when she was 6 months old. I watched her bright eyes eating her first bites of food, just smiling at her mama and her daddy, and just watching her grow through these phases of young womanhood and into motherhood, and then just to be snuffed out. And Dolly said on his channel, even though she's been found, this is just the beginning. This is years in the making. This, like the Pursehouse case, this is years later that family has suffered, and everyone else has had to witness the evil that was done. And this is not over. And we had to wait 2 months just to be able to receive our loved one back, and to be able to close that chapter. But the book is still open. It's still being written. And I really, really, really want to press against our local government, because, the death penalty is no longer available in Virginia. So no matter the sentence that Michael receives, it's not going to be justice for us. It's not going to be justice for us. That's just, I know it sounds cold, but, we as a family know that Avriel suffered greatly, and that this man walked free for over a week, and even cared for his child for 2 whole days, and then plays like, oh, I'm crazy, but you took great care of the kid. The kid was well cared for, returned to the grandmother in the best of condition. And I just cannot think that a sentence at 21 years old is going to find him in jail until he passes away, unless we're lucky and he dies of an early death on his own, or whatever justice may come to him from karma. And I sound so bitter, but that's just the grieving process for people. I'm angry at him. I'm very angry at him. So that's Avriel's story, and I'm sorry.
What are you sorry for? I wanted to tell y'all that when they found Avriel's body, he was around there, watching them search for her, knowing where her body was, watching them search for her. Well, guess what? Daddy found him, and Daddy
Yes,
pulled him
did.
out of his car and beat the shit out of him
Yes,
before
he
leaving.
did.
I
Yes,
was
he
so
did.
happy.
Yes, he did. And no implications made, but we had some assistance from some very, very, a very, very, tall, 5'6" person to, elude the police. No, we did not run from the police. They were not after us. But he did get, a little bit of redneck justice.
I was so glad whenever I heard that, because he was able to release, a little bit of that
Oh, yes.
adrenaline that he
Absolutely.
had, looking for his daughter and everything. And
The
I was
whole of
so,
it. The whole of it. The whole experience from, literally that morning, Dolly and Jim and myself were out. Literally, we started at Avriel's own home. Her own home in the last places where her life existed. And just to know that we're all there and connected and invested, and Jim, more so than anybody else, just being in that moment and having two people, in fact, there, and then a wealth of other volunteers. And, there's like upwards of 60 some odd people out there just combing the woods. And Lynchburg isn't exactly a tiny place. And, like any city, there's plenty of buildings, there's plenty of alleys, there's plenty of, graveyards and small copses of trees. And it's just a lot. And just knowing how many people showed up and were there was such a support and buoyancy. And then to be able to get some kind of vindication, and then have somebody that doesn't even know you willing to help you when you really need them. Like, gosh, we were blessed in all of this. Like, it's just, if you can find something of a silver lining in anything, I have it. I have it with you and Dolly and every single person of the community, anybody that listens to April's story, anybody that will ever repeat her name, anybody that even praise or whatever you believe in. I'm not even picky about your faith. Whatever you believe in, that if you send any of your good love and energy and vibes and thoughts, even if you take up 1 second of your day for her name to be spoken, it's one more person that might be saved if you remind people that you can get out, you can get away, and then you really need to, something that April wasn't at 20 years old equipped to do, to protect yourself after the fact of leaving a domestic violence situation. And if the courts aren't going to support and advocate for you, you need to learn to do that for yourself. Take a self-defense class. Lock your, deadbolt your doors. Don't open it for anybody. Get a Ring camera. Whatever you need. Get a burner cell phone that just calls 911. I mean, these things matter. And like I've said about April, I really hope to create some kind of website of resources because like I said, she was 20. She was a young girl and didn't even know the process of leaving her husband. Getting married is all too easy. Filing for divorce and custody is a whole new ballgame. And there's nobody to tell you, like, hey, this is what you need to do. And if you feel so stuck, you're that much less likely to leave. And I don't want anybody, male or female, to ever be trapped in domestically violent situation or even a toxic, abusive situation, whether that be with a spouse or sister or brother, any of it. There are ways for you to get out and protect yourself. And there needs to be some real significant source of information to guide people to be able to facilitate them getting on a better path. And I really,
it's sad that domestic violence is a misdemeanor unless you do something, assault or something like that.
It has to lead to murder, and that's literally the number one cause of women's deaths. Women's homicides, the leading cause is domestic violence. That is outrageous. That is a nationwide statistic. It outweighs drugs and car accidents, and it's like, you're joking, right? It's killing more people than cigarettes.
Are you saying that just because you smoke cigarettes?
I am literally trying to quit. Listen, yesterday I opened a pack of cigarettes at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Drove all the way to Raleigh, went to a concert, even had drinks and binged on Taco Bell, and came home with 5 cigarettes in the same exact pack.
But that pack,
yes, ma'am. So gone, right? Normally,
I quit smoking cigarettes July 7th of 2022. I just made a year in July.
I quit before. Congratulations. Good for you. I quit before I quit for my pregnancies. And I quit for like 3.5 years at one point. And what did me in was a double shot of espresso that a friend of mine brought some really good imported beans over and we ground them, and and then she was smoking what are those, Virginia Slims 120s and the chartreuse, and I was like, let me just hit it, and that was the end of that. 3.5 years over a espresso. But coffee, man, it just does me in. It's like, ooh, more than alcohol. If I get a really good cup of coffee, I really need a cigarette. What is wrong with me? And then now I'm thinking about making coffee.
I don't like coffee. I don't like anything coffee. Candy coffee. Anything flavored coffee. Candy, coffee itself. Anything.
No. Do you like chai, though?
Like what?
Chai, it's like a tea.
Oh, no.
No.
Chai means tea.
I know. That's why I say that. Like, it's chai, and chai means tea. My daughter just pointed out. So I don't say chai tea like, because tea. But yes, I love chai. And today in Virginia, Starbucks had BOGO. So yes, we did get Starbucks today. Trying to eat healthy on the way home. Let's get Starbucks.
Hold on 1 second, you guys. Jen just messaged me. She said she was having a video visit with him at 6, and it's 6:20 right now over there. So I'm trying to see what happened.
Yo, I really can't see the chat. So if anybody asks me anything, I'm sorry I didn't answer.
Click on chat or comments.
Oh, does it do that? Really? What? Yes. Oh my God. Thank you.
And
Coffee
then
is so good.
it should say private chat, and then comment, and click on comments, and then the chat should come up. What is BOGO? BOGO is buy one, get one free. But is it a drink?
No, we got chai latte with a pump of vanilla with the pumpkin cold foam. Ice. Oh my gosh. It was fall in a cup. It was cold. It was fall. It was delicious. So good. So good. But 2 drinks for $6.07, man.
For $6.07?
Yes, ma'am.
Yo, Jen got a can of Coke, and a bag of chips, and it was $10 on the airplane.
Oh my Jesus.
They always give me drinks and Chex Mix or something for free, but she's on Frontier, and I'm like, no, I have to connect at 7. Oh, I talked to him though, and he gave me some places to look. Okay, so she has a video visit at 7. Oh, wait. I hate this time difference. I'm confused. Okay. No, I have to connect at 7 p.m. I did talk to him though, and he gave me places to look. I'll have more info at 7. And it's 6:30 over there right now in Colorado. So Sally Mae, this is Angela Wood. I worked with her. I helped her whenever her cousin went missing. Me and Dolly Vision helped her. He went out there and
yes.
And I posted a link for a live, or I don't know what I did, but Angela messaged me on my live and was like, I can tell you the story, the truth, and all that. And I'm like, how did you find me? And she was like, what's the what is that called again? The foundation?
Aware. AWARE.
Aware Foundation gave her my information. I guess he found it somewhere.
He shared your video.
Oh, he heard my video?
He shared it to me.
Oh, well, that was very nice, you guys.
Yes, Kenny Gerald. Yes, he literally sent it to me in Messenger. He's the one I reached out to when my cousin's ex-wife Ashley had. I mean, she has a very limited friends list on Facebook, and she had posted that Avriel had gone missing. And I was like, "Look, we need to blow this up. We're not gonna just be like, oh, Avriel's missing. No, we're gonna blow it up. I want it on the news. We're gonna get my cousin found." And I contacted Kenny, and he did it. He made it all happen. He sent me Sweet Miseries, where she just did like a live, and I commented, and then PJ of Dolly Vision had already reached out. She had actually already reached out because Dolly had done a video about Avriel and tried to get in contact with Ashley. Ashley is really not tech savvy, had no clue how to respond. And I commented, and then Sweet Misery was like, "Hey, PJ, check this out." And I was like, "Look, I can prove who I am. I just need somebody to listen, because there's more to this." And they were like, "Okay, we're here for you." I've never had
Yeah,
so many strangers literally be like, "Hey, we are literally here for you. 100%. Our hearts are in it."
yeah, we were working back and forth with that, like giving each other information on what was going on and everything else. So
Yeah, honestly, I swear to God, I think for the community of YouTubers that you guys are like, and I know you're just starting out and said you're like relatively small or whatever, but your reach and stuff with dude, like y'all, you and Dolly and Lady B and everybody that just really invested, like police officers, I get it because they do this every day. This is their job. You guys are doing this because it's just your passion. And it's like, you're really not getting a paycheck. This is not a stable source of income. This is something you literally are invested in with your heart and soul. And that in and of itself it was like a hand, something to hold, something to pull you up and to really pat you on the back. Like, we are right here. And the amount of momentum that just propelled this case from missing persons to her body being found in a week. Where she was found, and I don't know if, and I say this biasly because of the system here in Virginia that failed Avriel so miserably, I don't think without every little domino that fell into place, I don't think that this would have been something we would have seen the end of. I think she would still be on the beginning of your video. To be honest with you, like, I think we would still be looking for her body.
I was gonna ask you if you saw my intro on it.
I did.
She's on my intro.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And that is literally, it's so funny because when I was looking through pictures of her to, like share and stuff, that is literally one of my favorite pictures of Avriel. And I was like, I'm not going to do that and share that one because it's one of those, everybody's like, oh, those stupid dog filters. Remember when Snapchat first came out? I was like, those dog filters, those stupid dog ears. But I opt, like, if anybody here could ever have known Avriel, like the big puppy dog eyes and she could be a naughty girl, you know what I'm saying, and chew up your favorite shoes. But just the loyalty. I mean, I hate to compare her to an animal like a dog, but I think dogs are amazing. So let me just say that puppy dog filter, she slayed it. She was like the embodiment of that filter. Like, it's supposed to be that cute. She did it. I don't think I look that cute with that filter. She was just a good person.
Yes, she was. And now her baby has to grow up without a mother and a father because he's going to. Does Virginia have the death penalty?
No, ma'am. Thank you, Governor Northam.
Okay, let's see. Yes, Sally Mae. I posted 4 links. I I didn't know I did that many. I did 4 videos on April. And Dolly Vision, the channel Dolly Vision is who went help Angela and Jim. Well,
You facilitated
he
that.
went with them. Yeah, he went with them, and they had other people searching or whatever. But he was
Huge
out there
applause to
helping
you.
search. Thank
Would
you.
never,
But you know
would
what?
never,
And
would
I
never have known
only
him.
I only try to do what I hope others would do for me if I was in that situation. Because I was always raised to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And so that's
Yes.
all I try to do, throughout my life. So that's why. And I kind of got close to you and Jim. So when y'all found Avrio, it was embarrassing, but I freaking bawled like a
Girl,
baby on my life.
I'm telling you, and you literally like as soon as I could as soon as I could make sure that we were all good enough to, like to confirm this, like you and Dolly were like the first people I was like, hey guys, man, like I know y'all are really invested in this. And also my friend Taylor, who for 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 her loving little soul, she is still all torn up about this. And it's like it makes me so happy, joyous. It gives me peace. If you could find any good in any of this, it like I've said before, the silver lining in this is that there are so many good people still in this world. And that light, when somebody is going through this darkness, this period, this limbo that we're in, these chapters in between, knowing there are so really genuinely amazing people like you and Dolly and PJ and all of y'all that are out there and just have these amazingly beautiful souls just because you do, it is a combat against all the darkness, all the anger that we feel that we're struggling to feel our way through. And I cannot express for myself or my family enough how very appreciative we are of all of you.
Thank you. I'm very glad that I met you. Unfortunately, under those circumstances, but hey, we're friends for life now.
Yes, ma'am, you're stuck with me.
Y'all, pull her off of me. She won't get off of me.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm like your new mole. It's just a part of you.
I don't need any more. I'm getting older. I have these brown spots on my hands. What the hell is going on?
Boo, I met a 60-year-old woman yesterday at the concert. Her name was Tracy, and she made me like I work at a gas station and I'm a bartender and stuff. So like I'd be carding you, but I would like she's 60, I would card her. 40 is the legal, like if they look 40 or older in Virginia, we don't have to card them. I would card this woman. On Jesus, I would card this woman. And she was so awesome, so nice, super cool. And then, my daughter, who's 16, introduced me to a super inappropriate song called Oops by a guy named Young Gravy. And in the song, talking about, right? He's talking about like, I might have messed with your mom. Like, oh, you talking about Tracy? Tracy with the butt? Tracy that drives a Honda? And I kid you not, listen, when I say this 60-year-old lady wasn't just like, I was like, what is the secret? Is it Botox? Is it collagen? Fish oil? Tell me your secret. She was like, well, I work out 5 times a week and I run on the treadmill. I said, babe, I run my mouth. That's all you're getting out of me. I got to stop and hit my inhaler. Haha. Just kidding. But we were sitting down. Me and Mandy had been dancing. And I looked over and I was like, oh, my Young Gravy to Mandy. And I had just made her listen to that song on the way to the concert. And she was like, oh, my God, it's Tracy with the butt.
Did,
So if you guys
is
haven't
that a
heard that
rapper?
song, he is. It's YUNG Gravy, Young Gravy, and the song is called Oops. I cannot. It is so wildly inappropriate, but it is so catchy. Why did my daughter let me know she listens to stuff like this? It's beyond me. It makes me think I need to hand her a Bible, but I was totally jamming with my adult friend. But it's so funny. It's like when it was, you remember like Tom Green when we were younger? Tom Green was like everybody's jamming to, and our parents were like, absolutely not. No, no bum on the lips. That's kind of the equivalent to this generation's Tom Green, I would think.
Nevea likes this one rapper. I don't remember the name, but she's always running here talking about, guess where he's at now? And then the last time he was in New Orleans, so she was having a fit because, that's where we're from. And she was like, wait till he comes to Tucson, Nevea.
Who is it?
I don't know. Hold on. I'll ask her.
My daughter is literally like, I need to know some lyrics.
Let me see.
Our daughters were like around the same age, right?
She's 16, but she's my
Yeah.
sister.
Oh, sister. Sorry. Daughter, sister. Same thing if you're raising her.
She's my second cousin, like Avery.
Yes. Oh my God. We talked about this. I remember.
Hey, where are you?
In my room.
Come see real quick.
Yeah.
Bye. Okay.
Yeah. So Autumn is actually my fourth youngest daughter. Fourth oldest daughter.
Yeah.
Fourth oldest.
It's me.
But you're literally 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth from the young. You're the middle daughter.
I'm the middle child.
Don't do that. Remember the rapper you always coming in here saying, guess where he is? Who is it?
Oh,
Baby?
Look,
Little baby?
little
Yeah.
baby.
You know Young Gravy?
No.
She don't know
Tell
Young
her-
Gravy.
Ask her, does she know the song Oops
Or Miss Worldwide.
or Miss Worldwide?
Do you know the song called Oops or Miss Worldwide?
No.
No.
Okay, don't let her listen to those things.
No, let her listen.
No, it's all over TikTok.
Oh, it's all over TikTok, then she probably heard it.
She probably has. No joke. And Sierra Farrell is actually all over TikTok for the song Years and In Dreams.
She wants to know the lyrics.
Young Gravy? Okay, wait.
Asking,
No.
hold on. I have headphones on. Let me pass them to her. Hold on.
I'm gonna make Autumn do it. Hold on, Autumn. Everybody introducing my daughter. Autumn, don't you run away. Hold on, Nevaeh. So Young Gravy sings a song called Oops. And Autumn, my also almost 16-year-old, will help us with the lyrics. Help us out, Autumn.
All right, help us out.
Oh my Jesus.
Oh, that's not the lyrics.
I know, but like it's like Tracy with the ass, Tracy that drives the Honda, and then Mrs. Worldwide is.
Yeah, you gotta do the whole.
I'm not doing the whole dance.
Watch your mouth. Oh my God, like our potty mouth, dude. So like, Oops. If you look it up, if you look up Oops on YouTube, it's actually a really funny song. And
Miss Worldwide is
Mrs. Worldwide is super gross. Don't even listen to that one. No Way Jose is pretty good though.
No.
Nice to meet you, Nevaeh. My daughter is super awkward.
Nice to meet you.
She's giving an awkward wave.
You know the song?
Not my kid with the awkward wave. Not my kid with the awkward wave at the blank screen.
Okay, I'm back. Kaz said hi.
Hi,
Hi,
Kaz.
this is my friend in Australia.
Oh, what's
You know the one I was talking to on
kangaroos?
speakerphone?
Hey,
Yes.
I swear I saw a kangaroo the other night, but it was a coyote.
She said I saw a road runner the other day, y'all, just running across the road right here that we live on.
Kaz, what part of Australia do you live in?
North, south, east, west. I mean, something west, something. Something. Oh, Wales. Wales.
South Wales, Southwest Wales.
Yes. I
So
think something like that.
I have an aunt and uncle that are, you've probably seen them on my Facebook, Matt and Grace, that Queensland, somewhere like that in Australia. They have moved recently, so I'm not real sure. But my aunt Grace actually retired as a psychologist from a really, really nice office building down in Sydney. And they just moved.
If she doesn't know who he is, it might be something that rings some bells in her head. It's the dude that got Charlie D'Amelio's mom to divorce her dad.
Tell Nevaeh it's the guy that made Charlie D'Amelio's mom divorce her dad.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna remember that. Yes, it is
I have
New
no
South
clue.
Wales.
Yes. And new, not north, south. Imagine that. Not me saying north, south. Not me thinking of the compass, north, south, east, and west. Oh, I love Ned Kelly. That is such a good one. Mick Jagger, though, with them legs.
Kaz, what time is it over there? Where's Slipper Sloth? She hasn't been in here and she's in Discord. Is she mad at me? Dingoes. So Nevaeh said she thought she saw a kangaroo over here in the desert of Arizona, but it was a coyote. Why? But we don't have kangaroos. Maybe at the zoo.
The dingo ate the baby.
What's a dingo? A dog?
It's
I
sort of
mean,
like a dog.
I
It's
remember
like a
hearing it.
dog.
That guy, Steve Irwin, he used to talk about dingoes, I think.
No, I can't even remember the name of that movie now. The dingo
Kaz,
ate the baby. It's literally one of those. Oh, Jesus, look, now I'm drawing a blank and I'm not gonna be able to remember. It's an old movie and it's like based on a true story. I know somebody knows. Come on, help me out. Somebody knows.
tell Cole Riddler and the other one to come here, please. Vapor.
Yes,
Vapor.
you're right. The dingo did eat the baby. I knew somebody knew what I was talking about.
What movie? Hey, Tiff.
Tiff, please help us out because I cannot. I am like one of those people that cannot do that. Look, you could ask me about any of my favorite songs, and I would not know the name of the song or the band if you asked.
They are biting people on the beaches. Well,
They're like the Australian equivalent of a coyote.
that's what I was just gonna ask you because she said they're attacking people, and I'm like, yeah.
But they kind of
No.
look like hyenas.
A dingo took a
Yes.
baby from a tent, and everyone thought someone kidnapped the baby until they found the baby deceased later. There's a movie about it. Oh, do you know the name?
Yes, I told you. That's what I was saying. It's literally based on a true story. And the mother was swearing, and everybody was suspecting the mom. And she was like, no, the dingo ate the baby. And now, sorry about my terrible Australian accent, but that's how she said it in the movie. The dingo ate the baby.
Azaria Chamberlain was the baby, but what's the name
That's
of the movie?
right. That's right. Shush. Oh my gosh, I wish I could Google right now because I cannot. My phone is being dumb.
Let's see if anybody can help because I cannot. Evil Angels?
No. I don't think that's the name. That was like the book about it. I swear. Hold on.
Your dog, you're not
Let me see. Hold on.
Delayed chocolate.
They found I thought they found like bone with like gnaw marks on it. Like I'm pretty sure that's. Hold on. Look up the movie The Dingo Ate the Baby. Like just what movie is the title? The Dingo Ate the Baby. I did.
Wait a second. Kaz said they found the baby deceased, and Pop Tart said, wait, hold on. Pop Tart said, oh, wait, who said it? Oh, Kaz. Kaz
They
said
did.
they found the baby, and Pop Tart said they found the baby deceased. That's what it was. And they're saying Evil Angels is the name of the movie. More than one person is saying it.
A Cry in the Dark. A Cry in the Dark. There you go, Tiff. A Cry in the Dark. That's the name of the movie. No, it is Evil. Wait, it is Evil Angels.
Yeah.
That's the 1980 version. That is it. No, it's A Cry in the Dark. 1988, they redid it. So 1980 is Evil Angels. That's the original story when it was like first done. And then 1988 is A Cry in the Dark. Yes. You got it.
Lydia Chamberlain was falsely convicted.
Got it up. Yep, totally.
Infant
What was her name?
Linda Chamberlain.
Linda Chamberlain.
Who was falsely convicted for a murder of her infant daughter, who was taken by a dingo while the family trip was.
Oh, I didn't know they had just found the clothes. You're right. That's what we're reading right now. You got this, girl. You got. I wasn't saying I knew what I was talking about. I said I didn't.
Y'all, I was just thinking we don't have to look at Gareth Purshouse's face anymore.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yep. Oh, we do when he gets sentenced, but.
Well, I'm looking forward to that one. Maybe he'll show something.
Rapper, I will only let you stay if my mods will let you stay.
There was a girl.
They're in charge of chat. Sorry.
A 9-year-old boy who
Somerset.
was killed by 2 dingoes near Waiting Point on Cape. Sorry.
Cadbury.
What? Oh,
There was also a 9-year-old boy killed by dingoes April 30th, 2001. Calgary.
Y'all do what y'all gotta do. Y'all take care of the chat. 3,977.
What a number. No rappers wanted. Yes, girls. With the W.
Did you block the number or just deleted the message? Well, he's rude and mean to some of my mods in here in another channel. So yeah.
We don't do rude or bad vibes. I'm pretty sure that's in the beginning of the video. No drama, all fun.
I don't care
Let's
who they
just-
block.
No drama, no fun, dude.
Stop being mean and stop being a bully, and then maybe
Too
like
soon? Question mark?
I don't know. Slipper Sloth, I missed you. Where do you live in Australia? I didn't see that. Oh, now I see it.
Dingoes are optimistic hunters and they're scavengers. They eat rabbits, rodents, birds, lizards.
Yo, my daughter done gone down a whole rabbit hole on these dingoes.
Yes.
She about to give us a whole tidbit National Geographic encounter with dingoes.
Yes. Yes.
Slipper
they eat-
Sloth came in contact with some dingoes.
Like
Yes,
wolves,
girls.
Like wolves, they're extremely smart and then they're much smarter than your domesticated dog, except Jordan, of course.
Yeah, it says that they're smarter than domesticated dogs.
I bet you he ain't smarter than Mo.
Look, Autumn just read the Google thing, and in quotations it says, "But not smarter than yours, though."
And too soon.
And then too soon.
After it says they eat babies.
No joke. What is Google doing?
Let me tell y'all something real quick. I never knew the amount of people that fall into the Grand Canyon a year.
What a wonderful
Yeah.
way to die. I'm just tumbling down the Grand Canyon. This is fine. Everything's fine.
They actually had a little boy that almost fell in the Grand Canyon, but somebody grabbed him just in time. You know, when I went to the Grand Canyon, they have these these
Walls up?
things. A freaking gate thing.
Yeah. Yeah, like the
To
gate. That's what I
block
was thinking. I
the
remember gates.
Yeah, and then that way you don't fall off. I didn't even go to the gate. Okay. Yes, Pop Tart, I did a live before this one with her sentencing, and then I did Pursehouse with this one. Hey Avery. Yeah, 15 to life, and on her other charge, she got 3 years. Slipper Sloth is in Adelaide.
Adelaide. Oh, cool.
It's
I
Friday
feel like
over there.
I feel like my uncle. Yeah, I feel like my uncle has posted a beer place there that he really likes. I'll have to message Matt. Hi, Avery. Yeah, my he's actually adopted in as my uncle. So like an adopted uncle. We like my family is known for adoptions, dude. I don't even know.
That's awesome
We got a
because
big
so
family
many
tree.
children are left behind in orphanages and in the system, and it's just sad. They need a family to love them.
My grandparents, that's one of the things that I remember being young. Jim and I both grew up, summers on the farm with our grandparents. And at one point, there was, I think, 13 foster kids and 2 adopted kids in our house. And like, I was never taught that these children, whether they were there temporarily on respite or in foster care, were any different from my own family. So I feel like I have benefited really a lot from the fact that we had such an upbringing where we had foster children and adopted family, and it's just been normal to me. So, like viewing it from someone else's perspective that like so many people are left behind, I know my grandparents did their very best to try to offer a safe harbor. My aunts and uncles as well. All my uncle in Florida has two foster kids right now and has adopted 3. Like adoption and stuff like that in our family, we don't even call them adopted. We don't call them like I have an aunt that is younger than me, and I would never in my life imagine trying to explain that she is my aunt and then she made some mistakes and then her daughter was adopted by my grandparents. Her daughter's now my aunt too. I don't explain that I have a 13-year-old aunt anymore. You don't have to be here to understand. We just are a family.
That's how my mom is with her older sister. They have different dads, but they're not step. They're sisters.
Yeah, we're all family. And I really, me, honestly, because I feel like the way my family is and the lifestyle that we've always just known as normal, like adoptive family, bonded family, all of it is just as important as blood family, has come from the fact that we were taught that every one person has their value and you choose the people that matter and make a difference in your life. And that was supported in our family. And these people, like I was telling you earlier, you're just a part of my life now. There's not going to be a day where you're not just going to be a part of my life. When important things happen, you're going to be getting a call. When I am needing to encourage myself or you or anyone, guess what? You're on my mind. There are days where I'm like, hey, I should probably just message Christy. And then you message me and I'm like, oh my God, I was just thinking about you. And it's
I
like,
know
you
because
are just a part of my life. Family.
I have ESPN. I call it ESPN.
Girl,
Okay.
me too. I got a subscription. Yo, I got a subscription to Espen.
Cheryl, did I
You know
tell
what I'm
you hi?
saying?
I don't remember. Hi, Cheryl, if I told you
Hi.
already. Did he come back?
Am I breaking up really bad? Let me turn my
No.
hotspot
Every
off.
now and then you do, but it's okay. Is it bad for you, Pop Tart?
Well, my kids just had their hotspot connected to my phone and I turned it off, so that should help.
Hey, I thought if a mod says something that needs to be approved, that doesn't need to be approved. Wait, are you a mod? Yep. I don't know. That's weird. So, mods, do you know that now you can time people out from 10 seconds to 24 hours? You can time somebody out for 24 hours, y'all. Not even, not 5 minutes. That's crazy.
Hey.
Y'all continue to say prayers that Jen finds Brianna. I'm so worried about her. She's there. This is her first day that she has boots on the ground, and she's just like, I don't know which way to turn.
You know, that's one of those things that I feel like I connect to the most when people are like, because of this experience that led me to understanding like the lost. I am a person that never gets lost. And the day that we were out there looking for Abriel, I knew that I was looking, but I was so lost. I was just trying to connect to some feeling, some guide in myself. And honestly, that is the most helpless feeling I think I've ever experienced as someone that is going through the disappearance and missing case of a loved one. And my heart truly goes out to that person that is standing in a literal or metaphorical wood and looking up at the sky, just asking whatever there is out there to guide you to your person. I cannot express how much I want to send my love and energy to you. Jen, I hope you find Brianna. I really, am I doing that right? Is it Brianna that's missing? Yes, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And, you know, wherever she is, I hope her soul is comforted and this comes to a peaceful and most beautiful ending. If not, and if even if it does, I hope you know I'm here. I understand the lost feeling and the boots on the ground need and the driving passion to find someone and find resolution. And in the phases that you will walk, even if your loved one is recovered, just knowing that the ordeal doesn't end until you are able to make peace with it. I'm here. I'm right there in that same darkness. So if you ever need someone, I'm right there. Anybody out there, anybody that hears this, I'm there with you. I got you. Reach out. I will send my love and light to you.
Thank you, Angela. I might just connect you with Jen because she's on Facebook. That's how I talk to her.
Yes, girl.
But Avery Rapper came up on panel last night and showed himself. You missed it all. Guess you're gonna have to watch the replay from last night.
Sending you the love, Avery. I'll be catching up here.
Brianna is missing in Colorado. She is from, oh, I never knew that. She is from the little town I am from in Louisiana. And it turns out that I know her mom. And yeah, Jen is in Colorado right now in Denver looking for her daughter. She should be having her video call with Josh right now, guys. So say a prayer that she gets information out of this guy, true information, and stop telling her to tell the detective that she's okay because she called him when I doubt that's even true. But they can so look at the jail calls and see if that's true or not.
That sounds so much like a narcissist to me. It's just crazy. Like, I feel like that's one of those things that, like, that people do when they're like in a position where they're not in power and they can still toy with people. That's crazy. I really am praying for Jen. I am praying that there is some conscience left in this human being to give her some kind of clues. Um, I can't even imagine. I mean, I can, but I can't.
I can't imagine either what both of y'all have gone through. But I wanted to tell y'all, Jen also told me that Josh's ex-wife was found dead with an OD after their custody battle. And this is the person that was with her daughter.
Yeah, that's. Hmm. those vibes I told you about, Christy, when
Yeah.
I was like saying that, I got that vibe when I read the message about Averill being missing. And I was
Mhm.
like, no, no, no. I just knew there was something wrong with that. And when you shared that live to me the other day, I had every intention of watching it. And then something in me was like, you are not emotionally enough available for this. So I didn't watch it. And I don't know why I have gone back to that thumbnail that you had on that video so many times and seeing their faces. And I'm just like, oh no, there's this uneasy ass feeling, and there is some thing that needs to be known. But I have a really sick feeling in my stomach. You know what I'm saying? That like we're always in that spot. That's where the family is. That we're always in that spot of unknowing, and that just sucks. It is
Mhm.
the worst place to be in. And I feel like every time I hear about somebody that knows somebody missing, it's always going to take me back to that sick place where it's like, oh God, the dread takes over. And
Yeah.
you've got to really, no matter what you're doing. And that was the only reason, like you mentioned, Jim whipping this dude's ass. The only reason Jim did not strangle this man was because we were really holding on with both hands to the hope that we were going to find Averill alive. No matter if it had been a week, 2 weeks, a year, 3 years, 15 years, 20 years, you're not going to let go until you know. And that empty space that you're left in is like going over a hill at 60 miles an hour and your stomach drops to the bottom.
And she's
I don't
over
know
there
what
by
it,
herself, Angela.
Colorado. What part of Colorado is she in?
Denver.
Colorado. Then hold up. So I have some friends there. I have some friends there. I have some friends with influential friends there actually. Hold up. Where
Oh,
am
that
I?
would be. It's actually, I think it's like an outside of Denver. I don't know. Maybe, I think they said a suburb of Denver. It's called Aurora.
I actually know where that is.
That's where they're saying to go look for her at.
I
Hey,
am
Lily
trying
Bear.
to Sean. We're gonna find some people in it. Yo, I've been around, and this girl literally grew up right down the road from me. If she is still on Facebook, I'm gonna message her sister Jessica. This I know people in Denver though. Jermaine.
I'm gonna hook y'all up so that while she's in Denver, you can maybe give her some um some courage and just lift her up and let her know that she's not alone or whatever. Because I feel really bad for her, y'all. She's over there by herself trying to find her daughter, and she don't know nothing about Denver. And the detective won't give her the time of day. He said, we have 3,000 people that go missing a day. Do you think I have time to put every single one of them on TV? That's what he told her. Colorado. Louisiana has parishes. Yeah, that's what the detective told her. So me and Crime Sleuthing and I called the detective, and of course he never answered our call and he never called back. So, because Crime Sleuthing has SF Investigates working with her. So I don't, but he's not there. I don't, he's not there. He's just helping her over the phone. September 1st. She went missing September 1st. Um, she had her cards read, and for those that don't believe, I'm sorry, close your ears. She had her cards read, and it said that she's alive, but it's a trafficking situation, and they're holding her and drugging her and to be a prostitute. You know what I mean? Angela? I don't think she's there. September 2nd? Uh-oh, she dropped. She's 25, April. I thought she said September 1st. Let me see. And then they still didn't find Caitlin, the other girl that went missing going back from Homa, the town I'm from, to Colorado. She never made it to Colorado. And she's still missing, you guys. She was last seen August 5th. I have done a previous live with her mom, Jen, and there's a missing poster on a missing flyer on my community wall. But this is her name. I kicked myself off. Um, this is her name, but you won't be able to Google anything because there's nothing on her. Oh my God, I just forgot the last name. How she got your phone number? Yo, wait. How did Jen get your phone number? Maybe it's your friend Jen in Denver. Okay, that's probably who it is. Because I'm like, how did Jen get your phone number? I don't even have your phone number. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, your friend. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. All right, guys, I'm going to get off of here. It's the second time I went live. I was going to go later, but it's already 6 and that's my normal time. So I'm not going live later. Maybe I'll go on Kick. I don't know. Y'all have a good night. And thanks for being here and hit that thumbs up for me. Gareth Pursehouse was found guilty of first-degree murder. What are they, Avery? And I don't know when his sentencing is though. And Sidney Powell got sentenced to 15 to life today. I have that video also if you would like to go look at it. Love you too, Angela. Thank you so much for helping Jen. Um what are his charges? I'm gonna end this after she tells me the charges. Um I heard they were drug related. Teddy bought 24-hour timeouts for everyone. Hey, Richie. Okay, I'm gonna look them up. I'm tired. Y'all, I just want to sleep more than 2, 3 hours a night. That's all. I wake up every hour. I just want to sleep. That's all. Hi, everybody. I'm going to get off of here. I'll look up his charges or message me on and let me know. You have a good night. And it's okay, Richie. First degree assault and 2 fugitive of justice charges. So that means he has warrants in Louisiana and he's a fugitive. Is that what that means? Yeah, that's what she said. First degree assault. Let me type this out. Hold on. Hold on a second. I know she's probably on that call with Josh. I just hope she gets some answers from him and not a runaround dude. Like, really? How long he's got? He better not have assaulted Brianna. I need to walk. First 2 fugitive of justice. Does he have a warrant in Louisiana? Is that why he's a fugitive? What's fugitive of justice? The law. But when my ex came here from Louisiana with warrants, it was they called it absconding. 2 fugitive of justice. Yeah, that's where I met Jen years ago when I was in that life. 2 fugitive charges. Okay. Okay, I see the link. Thank you. All right. I got the link. And he has court next week. I'm going to be streaming the Courtney Cleany trial next week. Wait, stop. What's up, Libra Moon? I need to learn the Jeopardy song. I need to get a little soundboard with the Jeopardy song. Do, 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 do. In Virginia, a fugitive of justice charge means they were issued a capias and failed to appear twice, and was issued a so it's something from there in Colorado. Okay. Bruh. Well, I can't say nothing because look what I went through with my ex. You know what I mean? We can't help who we fall in love with. Once you fall in love with somebody, it's hella hard to fall out of love with them, even though they beat you. I've been there. I've done it. It's hard. Oh, his name is Josh. Josh. The last name is like, I have no idea how to say it. There you go. That's his name. He's from the little town I'm from. And I got it, Avery. Thank you. And this is where he's located. Arapaho, Arapaho. Yes, but I don't know. Do y'all know what it was? I was busy looking at a seal whenever they were sent. Does any? I'm gonna have to look it up. Do y'all know if it was wait, what? Oh. Videos. I don't know. What was the sentencing? I don't know how to spell her name. Sally Jacqueline. Let's see what this is. It says DA Cynthia Zimmer holds press conference following sentence. There we go. Share screen. I think Labor Moon, does it start Monday? Louisiana for drug charges. They did for Kevin. He had too many charges.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming. In March of 2020, I stood before you, county jury, indicted 2 people on the murders of 2 young boys. And of course, the charges that we're talking about are the charges involving, those are their birth names. And I'm not going to use the other names that their killers named them after this with their care. In that press conference, I told you everything I could ethically at that time, because it was before trial. It was very limited that we had filed like that. I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I just want to tell you, I don't know why it's skipping. It's not me.
That I followed the rules to be ethical and also to ensure that the Wests would have a fair trial. And that is exactly what happened. They had a fair trial. And they shortly after the indictment was read, and even before the defense had access to any transcript or knew even a shred of evidence, the accusations started coming. The first was that this prosecution was politically motivated. And I can tell you the truth. This case was prosecuted because the evidence was overwhelming that Trezell and Jacqueline West murdered those 2 boys. As the case progressed during the months that came, the defendants quickly and repeatedly sought to attack law enforcement in a failed effort to cast doubt in what was one of this county's most exhaustive, thorough investigations. And I'm very proud of the work that law enforcement has done in this case. Having finally reached the conclusion of the trial process I can assure you that while the world was wondering what happened to these children, your Kern County law enforcement officers and the prosecutors involved in this case were working tirelessly to seek evidence in order to hold the defendants accountable. I'm very pleased with the verdict in this case. I am so grateful for the jurors who chose to serve and who were patient and diligent with the evidence. Today, the judge sentenced both Jacqueline and Trezell West for 15 years to life on the second-degree murder of Sincere, and also a felony child abuse for Classic, which was 4 years consecutive, for a total of 19 years to life. As you are aware, the jury was unable to reach a verdict on 2 counts, and those dealt with the murder of Classic. Mr. Smith and I made the very difficult decision of choosing not to retry the case based on those 2 counts. There was a lot that went into that, a lot of time and effort, but ultimately we decided not to go forward and retry the defendants on those counts because of the major factor was the difficulty that would have put the witness through. As you know, the majority, not the majority, but some of the most impactful testimony was from children. It was from the children in the home, and it was very difficult on them, and in essence, they had to testify against their parents. We didn't want to put them through. The children were murdered in September of 2020, but reported missing 3 months later on December 21st of 2020. And that made the investigation very difficult. In essence, the killers got a 3-month head start on law enforcement. But about 1 week, the children were taken into protective custody on the 21st, and about a week later, it was, we discovered in law enforcement what had happened. We received the evidence at that time, what had happened, and that the children, that in essence, Sincere was killed in Bakersfield, never made his way to Cal City, and that Classic may have been there for a couple of days, then disappeared. So we knew that. That's not something I told you early on. But you may ask, why did you not begin the indictment process for nearly a year? I can tell you because we worked and law enforcement worked, and they worked hard. They interviewed numerous witnesses. They conducted numerous searches. 47 search warrants were conducted in this case during that period of time, looking for all evidence in this case, but looking to see if there was any evidence at all that would have shown that those children were alive after September of 2020. A photograph, a video from a business, anything, and there was nothing. And during the trial, the defense was able to produce nothing to show that those children were alive after September of 2020. I want to thank law enforcement for their work in this case. They did an amazing job. They were persistent. They were diligent. Specifically, I want to thank the California City Police Department that started this. They got the call that 2 children were missing. And what did they do? They assumed they were alive. And they did everything they could do to try to find them. But soon it became clear that the killers were not telling the truth about what happened. When we discovered 1 week into the investigation that Sincere was killed in Bakersfield, the case then primarily went to the jurisdiction of the Bakersfield Police Department. Chief Terry and his staff and all the investigators in the case, they were wonderful. They fully accepted, of course, their responsibility because it was he was killed in their jurisdiction, and they took over the investigation, and they worked so hard And I went to meetings there where there were just rooms full of a room full of detectives working on every aspect of this case. And I was very proud to be a part of that. I'd like to also thank the Kern County Sheriff's Department. They helped in a number of ways, as did the California Highway Patrol and the FBI. When you have two little children that are missing, 4 years old and 3 years old, it just breaks your heart. And then to find out that they were killed by the people that the state entrusted to take care of them is just heartbreaking. This was a case that was so hard because it was so sad. I mean, all homicides are sad, but goodness gracious, the 4-year-old, they were babies. They were babies. And I am so proud that the community embraced these children and cared about this case and followed this case. I also want to thank all the volunteers in Kern County and other places that came out to search for those children out in the desert, hoping that they were alive. And I want to thank everyone that watched this case, even though you may not have been involved, that you had hoped and rooted that there would be a just ending to this. It's not the ending that we hoped. I mean, it would have been wonderful that these children were alive, but they are not. But at least we were able to achieve justice for these children. Now, the bodies of Sincere and Classic have not been found, but we will never give up hope that the bodies of these precious children will be found and can be brought home. So at this time, I'd like to turn the mic over to Eric Smith. Eric Smith was a trial attorney on this case. He's the chief trial deputy in this office. He and I have been together and on this case since the beginning, and he took over as trial attorney pretty early on during the investigation, knowing at some point we were going to file charges. So Eric, would you like to say something? A few words.
All right, good morning. It's been one of the honors of my career to be able to prosecute this case. I've never met, obviously, Sincere and Classic, but I went in every day to fight for their justice because they deserved it. They were provided to Jacqueline Trezell by the state, and ultimately they were not treated appropriately and they were killed by them. This has been a long road. It's been a long road that involved a lot of people working extremely hard. And some of the, I guess, unsung heroes I like to bring to the forefront, the jurors. The jurors, they go and they're called to jury duty. They don't know what they're there for. And ultimately they get picked for a panel, and in front of them is a case that has over 70 witnesses, has over 100 pieces of evidence. And they deliberated thoughtfully. They deliberated about this case, and ultimately they rendered justice for Sincere and Classic. I'd also like to thank the other family members in the West family. Wanda West, Philip West, Josiah West. A lot of times in these cases, family members are collateral damage. Ultimately, when law enforcement goes out, they talk with family members of suspects. And in this case, those individuals, Wanda, Philip, and Josiah, were truthful. They provided the truth in this case. That's something that's extremely hard to do when it's your son that's looking at a prison term or being accused of murder. They provided that to law enforcement in the beginning, and they did that throughout. They testified to it, something extremely difficult to do, but they did it. And also, of course, I'd like to thank law enforcement. I work very closely with Detective Thomas Hernandez, with Chief Hightower and his officers. I just thank them for all their efforts in this case, for ultimately the justice that was served in this case for Sincere and Classic. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Assistant Chief of Police from the Bakersfield Police Department, Brent Stratton, and also the lead detective in this case, Tommy Hernandez.
Good morning. The Bakersfield Police Department is dedicated to pursuing justice on behalf of our victims, their families, and our community. That's evidenced by the tremendous amount of work and time and effort that went into the investigation of this case. We'd like to recognize and thank DA Zimmer for her leadership and her partnership with the Kern County District Attorney's Office. We'd also like to recognize Mr. Smith and the amount of work and effort that went into prosecuting this case. We'd also like to thank and recognize Chief Hightower and the California City Police Department, as well as the Kern County Sheriff's Office and the FBI for the tremendous amount of assistance and work that went into this. But I'd also specifically like to recognize the investigators led by Detective Hernandez, but numerous other employees at the police department. DA Zimmer spoke about the sheer volume of people that put time and effort and their hearts into this investigation. It was a tremendous honor. And I'm proud to work with detectives and investigators like them for the work that they put into it in seeking justice. I would like to say that the Bakersfield Police Department, however, will not rest until these boys are brought home and they're able to be laid to rest with the respect and the dignity that they deserve. Thank you for your time.
And standing with Assistant Chief Stratton is Detective Tommy Hernandez, who is a man of few words, but I can tell you who is a very hard worker and has worked since December of 2020 on this case. And finally, I'd like to introduce to you California City Chief of Police Jesse Hightower.
Good morning. Thank you. Leave it to Cal City.
And Channel 17.
So I'd like to start off by thanking the DA's office, one, for having the courage to take this case, and then secondly, having the faith in the job that my organization, Bakersfield PD's organization, the amount of work that was able to get done. I'm forever grateful to Mr. Smith, to Ms. Zimmer. I'd like to thank the members of my community for coming out countless of hours, doing hundreds of searches through hundreds of miles. Sometimes that terrain was pretty tough. And mostly I'd like to thank the members of my organization for they never quit. They always put forth 100%. So again, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Chief. It's a very sad case, but I am so proud of the work law enforcement did in bringing justice to these kids. It was quite a road, and I think we're all relieved that it's over. But now, do any of you have any questions?
Yes. One of the accusations you were talking about them earlier was your office infringing on the client's rights by calling for a gag order immediately after the press conference in March. Now, what is your reaction to this?
Okay, that's a lot of questions in one. We thought it was appropriate. Did we ask for the gag order? Yeah, I'm going to let Mr. Smith talk about how there was no infringement on anyone's rights and how gag orders are constitutional.
Right. In the types of cases that involve media, where media is interested in it, and the media was interested in this case, a lot of times we will get gag orders. In this case, following the defense attorneys having a press conference, at that point, we believed we needed to ask for a gag order. And the purpose of a gag order is merely that the parties don't speak about the case with the media, and that allows for the jury, as when they come, to be unbiased and not have knowledge of the case.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
What exactly happened the night of Sincere's death, and then the following week, just how it took place. We believe inflicted the fatal injuries of Sincere, and then of Classic. I know a lot of it's apparently still unknown, but I didn't know if there was kind of a narrative you could give us at that point.
Are you asking what what we really think happened? Yes. Oh, outside of what happened in court?
Yes, I know there was a lot said in court, but yes, I didn't know if you could tell us what you really think happened.
Well, I think, obviously Sincere was killed first in Bakersfield. And then I think Classic survived for a period of time until he went to Cal City, maybe just for a few days. I'll let Mr. Smith talk about that and what he's comfortable. We don't want to, speculate too much because some of this is just our gut feeling. But I think that after, and this is maybe Mr. Smith's opinion, but my opinion is after Sincere was killed, that Classic was lost. They were 4 and 3 years old, and they were together since birth, different foster homes, different places. And without Sincere, Classic was probably crying a lot, devastated, probably looking for him, and they had to come up with something to take care of that. I don't know, but I just feel that I think about Classic and what it was probably his only real security was Sincere, being that they were together and, biological brothers. And I think it must have been horrible to be without him for that period of time. And so above that, maybe Mr. Smith, I don't know. We're usually not very comfortable commenting on what a gut feeling is because, who knows? But I think we laid it out pretty well in court. Mr. Smith, is there anything you'd like to answer about that? I think he's probably more hesitant than I am about. You hesitant? Yes. But
Interaction either you had or your office with the biological family?
well, we have had quite a bit of interaction with the biological family, different members. Mr. Smith can tell you specifically a little bit more than I have, but they have been involved in this and for the most part cooperative and wanting to see justice done.
There's a lot of families that have taken custody of children at the state level when it comes to the kinds of abuses that took place here. What advice do you have for them when it comes to making sure that they prevent this kind of abuse? And if they do, and if they are abusing these children, that the full weight of the family and the kind of efforts you guys talking about are standing behind this kind of abuses.
Well, I can tell you this, whether you're in an adoptive home or in your bio parents' home, law enforcement in the county of Kern is not going to stand for child abuse. These are our most vulnerable victims. Do I have a message for adoptive parents? No. I think adoptive parents, are wonderful for the most part. But if anybody is ever feeling that they are, losing their patience, maybe feeling that they were, acting in an abusive manner, there's a child abuse hotline. And if anybody out there sees anything that they think is potentially abusive with a neighbor or relative or whatever, they can also call 911 or the child abuse hotline. I mean, people can get help for this. No parent is perfect, but of course, we're not going to tolerate any type of abuse or murder, of course.
We heard a lot about how difficult it could be to try a murder without a body.
Mhm.
How difficult did that turn out?
Well, it might have been easier for us if the bodies had been found, but it's not common, but it's certainly not rare. Even if the bodies had been found, that might not have shown what the cause of death was, depending on what the level of decomposition was. So we've tried them here before. Law enforcement actually gets trained in what we call no body homicides. And I don't know, would it have been easier? I don't know. It just kind of depends, but it wasn't going to deter us because, this is different than a situation when you have an adult that is missing. An adult can run away, be under an assumed name, something like that. So we have to be, we're careful regardless, but these were children and they would not have been able to provide for themselves. So it was pretty obvious something horrible happened to them at that time.
You said that you will continue to look for their bodies. What exactly does that entail? Are there any leads or anything that you guys have to go off of where they might be?
No, I don't believe so. Tommy, you have any leads? Not at this time. We investigated all the tips, all the leads in that period of time before we went to the grand jury and then during the trial. But I will tell you that people find bodies, in the desert. People find bodies, and luckily now we have DNA. And if the body is found, in the bodies, one or both of them, that we have the technology to be able to identify them. And I pray that those bodies are found.
Really all that just to clarify, does that mean there won't be any active searches or any active?
There certainly will be active searches, and perhaps Chief Stratton can talk about that if there is a viable lead or tip. But right now, we don't have any. And of course, that these killers choose to do the right thing and come forth and tell us where they are, because the people that know where the bodies are Giselle and Jacqueline West. And if they want to truly do the right thing, they should tell us where those children are.
If you were to find them, could that somehow impact the sentencing or you go back and forth?
I don't think so.
This may be going to gut feeling again, but
Oh.
do you believe that Jacqueline was the killer of both boys? Do you believe Jacqueline killed one, Giselle killed another? I just didn't know who physically killed the boys.
I think I have my own gut feeling, but I don't know that that's appropriate. Mr. Smith, do you? I think we think they were in it together. They're like this. But Mr. Smith, you want to say anything about that? Nope. No.
This is maybe directed towards Mr. Smith. I know the family was speaking to you about it after the sentencing, but they were really hoping to be able to say their piece and read their victim impact statements to Jacqueline and Giselle, and obviously that didn't take place. Do you know why that didn't happen today, or what happens with these kinds of statements?
Right. And what we had them do is they wrote their statement, and because ultimately it's for the court to consider. I understand their desire to address the court and then also be heard by Trezell and Jacqueline West, but ultimately they were heard by the court. The court read all of those statements that they wrote and ultimately imposed the sentence that he did. So they were heard by the court.
What resources from the Victim Services Office have been made available to the family?
The victim advocates would know that answer about what type of services they chose to avail themselves of. It's not something that I would feel comfortable talking to you about as, oh, this family member needed counseling, this family member, but we have a lot of services that victims' family members can take advantage of, and I hope that they did choose to do so.
So have you seen probation granted for a murder conviction before? What was your reaction to that argument?
I have not seen that. The case that she mentioned, I don't think that the person was convicted of murder. I have never seen that. I've never seen a judge in Kern County give a probationary sentence. I was offended, quite frankly, by the defense argument in court trying to paint Jacqueline West as the victim. Now, defense attorneys are going to say what they're going to say. They're looking out for the best interest of their clients, but that was, I think, went over the line. Jacqueline, West, Trezell West, they were not victims. They were murderers. So, and I did not believe Judge Brimmer would grant probation for the murder of 2 children. Right, one more question? Or we sufficiently answered all your questions except the gut feelings that, we could turn around on you. You watched the whole trial. What are your gut feelings? Yeah, why don't you talk about that? All right. Is there anything else any of you would like to comment on? Thank you. Thank you all so very much for coming. I appreciate it. And again, I'm just so proud to be part of the law enforcement community in Kern County that works like this to see that justice is done in such a horrible case. Thank you.
Okay, everyone. That is the sentencing for the West boys, 15 to life. That's what all these names. Sydney Powell got 2 today, 15 to life for killing her mother. I guess if you kill your children or your parents, you can get 15 to life. I don't know. This is ridiculous. All right, y'all. I'm getting off now. Y'all have a good night. Yeah, absolutely. They deserve more.